ADA on the daily chart. Cardano right now making a really big move on this daily chart. I know it doesn't look like it. I know it's looking unimpressive if we're just going to be real, but it's taken months for something to just happen. I want to discuss why the next 24 hours or so are very important, or at the very least, why I'm watching it. And I just recorded this entire video. It was like 14 minutes long, and I was unhappy with it. So this is round 2. I want to get right to it. I don't want to waste time. I'm going to dig into the daily chart. I want to show you what I'm seeing. Before I do, I wanted to point something out on the ADA BTC. This is ADA on the ADA BTC chart. Something I'm watching. There's no guarantees. There is absolutely some bullish divergence right here. It's exactly what we want to see in this area, meaning this yellow line, the Bitcoin halving. A lot of people are just talking trash about ADA. It's actually incredible that adults do that. Like, this is just a crypto. This is just a crypto, dude. But a lot of people are just hating on ADA right now, saying it's just doing so terrible. But for me, when I zoom out on the charts, I'm just kind of like, I realize it's not overperforming. There's things like Solana just absolutely destroying ADA in terms of gains. I realize that. It is what it is. But when we're just looking at ADA, right, and I'm revisiting my long-term thesis for Cardano and these charts, ADA is kind of just doing what it does. It's finding its bottoming out area around Bitcoin halving. That's what it was doing last time at this cycle. Everybody thinks we should be in like altcoin season right now. And the fact is, we really shouldn't be. Bitcoin dominance chart lays that roadmap. We're weeks, if not months away potentially from altcoin season. That is post Bitcoin halving, when Bitcoin dominance really starts falling. That's altcoin season. So on the ADA BTC chart, right now though, I am waiting. I want to see ADA start doing some work. That's important to me. And I want to follow that story like pretty openly. If I have concerns, I will talk about them. But right now, I actually kind of like what I'm seeing, and that is to say some bullish divergence. Maybe we get this pivot start happening for ADA finally, getting ready for the Cardano season. ADA on the daily, let me just jump right into it. I might visit the weekly briefly to reference a 20-week moving average. It's a really key area to watch. That is around 55 cents right here. But to the daily, this is the move. This has taken a while, months of downtrend really from this swing high back here. This 20-day moving average, ADA just failing, lower high, lower high, lower high. Notice how the lower highs lately have been gotten a little bit less aggressive. ADA trying to just steer that massive ship back around in the other direction. This is a typical story for any crypto. This is, if you visualize this daily chart right here even as like a weekly chart in a bear market, you can visualize Bitcoin, you can visualize Cardano. If this is a weekly chart in a bear market, this kind of looks like a bear market, right? And the same is true from a moving average perspective. We want to see the 20-day start slowing down and just start shifting back the other way to the upside. And then we start flipping the 20-day above the 50, right? And above the 200. Right now, the talk of the town is the fact that, man, ADA is so bearish. We just got this 50 crossing below the 200. And the fact is, that's a lagging indicator. And I talked about this in the last video. But right now we have the 20-day moving average. We have ADA not closing. That's actually what I'm waiting to see if it happens. We have ADA price trading above the 20-day moving average. And this is a really big deal. The next 24 hours, can we finally get that first close of a daily candle back above the 20? And the reason I'm bringing that up is because, and especially in reference to this, the 50 falling below the 200, is because when we zoom out and we look at the last time that ADA was making that move back here, this 50 below the 200, notice ADA where it was. ADA was right here. It had just capitulated. The bottom was basically in from that perspective, and it was getting ready to make actually a really nice move above the 20, right? Well, actually, yeah. I mean, it was getting ready to make a nice move with the 20 going back above the 50 is what I should say. And then ADA price made a move to the 200-day moving average, this red line. What's really important about that is the very fact that that 200-day moving average on this chart, right around 34, 35 cents, on the weekly chart, check out this. Check this out. On the weekly chart, in that move, there's that crazy wick right there, resistance. That 35 cent on the 200-day moving average, that was the 20-day moving average. Big resistance area. So there's a really strong case, I think, for ADA, especially we see that ADA BTC dominance or ADA BTC bullish divergence. There's a really strong case, and there's no guarantees. I'm not trying to throw hopium out there. There's a very strong case ADA might be getting ready to make the move to, at the very least, test the 20-day moving average. Right now, is currently around 55 cents. And the other thing that actually plays into that story is if we go back to the, we're actually on the weekly chart. If we go to the RSI, the stock RSI, this quicker moving momentum oscillator, and I believe I discussed this in the last video, ADA is oversold. And when ADA gets into this oversold area, and last time it was here was around September 2023, we can just look, what did ADA do? ADA was getting ready to draw into the 20-week moving average, right? And that move in the summer that we just looked at, this move, ADA was oversold. Right before it happened, was at the very least getting ready to draw into the 20-week moving average. So we're in this scenario where often is the case when ADA is that oversold on the stock RSI, the quicker moving momentum oscillator, ADA at the very least tests the 20-week moving average. That's 55 cents. So that's a 10-cent move for ADA that I think is very realistic right now. But what's good about the move is that could be a very bullish confirmation area. And what I mean by that is when it was doing that last year in midsummer right here, this was in the middle of the bear market bottom formation, right? This is way before Bitcoin halving, way before that bull market type of vibe was in play. We were still in bear market vibes, right? And ADA was doing that and was testing it, and it needed to go lower, and then we bottomed. Right now, we're post Bitcoin halving. Right now, I think we're getting very close to Cardano season. So if ADA is going to make its move to the 20-week moving average, that could be a bull confirmation area, a trigger area to watch. And right now it's around 55 cents. On the daily, just below the 55 cent area is the 200-day moving average, which is an incredibly critical area ADA needs to break. So here's the daily chart. There's the 200-day moving average. And I put the yellow line right there to reference the weekly 20-week moving average. So that range, that is a very key area to watch for, I would say, 53 to 55 cents. Can ADA rally to that area? I want to be very real. I don't sit here with any type of bullish confirmation while I do this video just yet. I am very much for just as a starting point. I'm just waiting to see what even happens with this current daily candle that just opened a few hours ago. There's 21 hours left. Basically, almost exactly 21 hours left. What happens? Is ADA going to have one of those nights? And you can answer in the comments why I'm sleeping if you're watching it. But one of those nights where oftentimes, you know how this works, we go to sleep and ADA actually starts making a bullish move because we're sleeping. And then we wake up and it comes back down, right? Because we're awake. That happens all the time with ADA. I don't know what that's all about. But ADA could make that move. I want to just wait and see what happens. We're talking about this ADA candle just above the 20 in 21 hours. Will ADA, if I can zoom in here, will ADA close above or below that 20-day moving average? For me, that's the first thing. And then we could start talking about all these other things. To the really big resistance range, we're looking at around, from where ADA is right now, 16 to 22%. That's not that big for an altcoin. That's like 1 to 2 days worth of pump for ADA to get to that area. I'm very curious to see what happens at that area. That's what I'm watching. Keep in mind, all the while, everybody, there's no guarantees that crypto is going to continue to the upside in the short term. And if that's the case, and if crypto starts falling again, another leg down, I just want to say, don't forget, there's the target to the lower 30s that we've been tracking out of this rising wedge for ADA. It's in play. Just have to be prepared for it. But I am very curious right now. And this is really why I was inclined to do this video. This move above the 20-day moving average, can ADA close above? That's the question. We'll see. So I just want to do this video, quick video. Appreciate you cruising through. Hit the subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Hit that like button. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.